guys, Cajun Cardboard coming at you from the great state of Louisiana. It is Thursday, February 10th, and as always, we are taking a quick look at the PWCC Weekly Sunday Auction, ending in 3 more days on Sunday, February 13th. So I'm giving you a 3.5, 4-day preview for you guys to get your ducks in a row and get your funds together, and kind of give you a quick rundown of the 96 basketball cards on the first page. We've got our PWCC weekly auction set up. You just go to PWCCmarketplace.com if you want to see what's in here, and you can follow along with me. I've sorted by the highest bid, the highest current bid, which again, there's 4 days, and you guys know how it is. It's fast and furious at the end. So these are not necessarily the 96 best cards. They're just the 96 highest price card based on the current bid right now. It is weekly auction number 4. And for those of you, just a reminder, the way it works is weekly auction number 4 ends on Sunday, but weekly auction number 5 starts today. So for this 4-day period, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, PWCC always has 2 weekly auctions running concurrently. So be careful when you're looking and you're bidding that you sort over in the sort and filters column over here on your screen. Just make sure you sort and filter, that you're only looking at the auction that's ending that Sunday. And you're not bidding on a card that ends 10 days later under the impression that it was ending in 4 days. So 4 and 5 are going at the same time. So just weed out auction number 5 and look at auction number 4, and that's what we've done. And as always on the Cajun Cardboard channel, we are looking at basketball only. So I've got a bunch of these cards kind of pulled up in Card Ladder for us to look at. Again, I'm going to make this quicker than normal. I just want you guys to see the cards. I am going to talk about 15 or 20 of them. The first one we'll look at is this Kobe Credentials right here. You can see currently it's at 7,500. Again, that doesn't mean much 4 days out. The Kobe is BGS 8, and the card that you can see on Card Ladder is a Kobe BGS 8. This card actually sold 4 days ago, it looks like, for $21K. You can see the card has come down again, bubble first quarter 2021, but the last 2 sales are 29 and 21. So it'll be interesting to see if this card bounces back after that 21 sale. Does it continue the decline, or does it bounce back from 21? And I did want to show you this. This is a Gem 10, Auto 10, Jordan 1 of 1, population 1 of 1. So only one graded Gem 1010 from PSA out there. A Jordan floor autograph card, hand numbered here. I'm assuming that card's going to jump a little bit. Also a Pop 1, also numbered out of 23. Those hand serial numbered Jordan cards, or those hand numbered Jordan cards, are just phenomenal pieces. I know there's a lot of Jordan collectors out there. For those of you who don't know, there's the card collecting, then there's basketball card collecting, then there's Jordan card collectors, and then within that Jordan world, there's Jordan collectors who do 90s only. There's Jordan collectors who do star only. There's Jordan collectors who do rookie cards only. There's Jordan collectors who do autographs. There's Jordan collectors who do just patches. There's Jordan collectors who focus on Wizards uniform stuff. There's Jordan collectors who refuse to get into the year 2000 and beyond because they only want playing years. So there's just little microcosms of Jordan within Jordan collectors. And this card obviously is a patch auto, and there's Jordan collectors out there who are primarily focusing only on the numbered cards that Michael Jordan has out there, which is an extremely select few. Next, we have a Jordan Court Masters PSA 10. That's a big card. Next, we have this Jordan Championship Galaxy PSA 10. This one's near and dear to my heart because I own this card. Let's see. This card has seemed to have settled. So the last 4 sales, 15-6, 16-3, 13-6, 14-4. It's only a Pop 23. So in the last 2 years, we've seen this card only sell 4 times. It's held pretty steady. This is a pretty good card from one of the greatest sets ever made, if I don't mind saying so myself. 97 Metal Universe is the greatest, one of the greatest sets ever. And this is from obviously the championship set, but it's one of the more sought after cards in that set. let's see where that one goes. It's at 4,300 now. Like I said, extended bidding starts Sunday evening. So this number here in the order that we're looking at these cards really doesn't mean a damn thing right now, guys. But that's a card to keep your eye on. And I'm sorry, these are also the cards that I'm going to check on in our Monday recap. So the cards we're looking at today, after this auction ends on Sunday night, we'll look at these cards on Monday and see where they went and kind of reevaluate whether they were risers or fallers. Every Monday morning, you're going to get that from me at 6 a.m. We've got a 93 Ultra Scoring Kings, another card that I own in this exact grade. I'm into it for about $15K. I needed it for my set. I have a PSA 10 Scoring King set, and so this Jordan card fits nicely in that set. It looks, again, like this is another one of those Jordan pop under 100 PSA 10s that has settled over the last 4 sales. It looks like it's pretty consistently between 17,000 and 15,000, depending on the quality of this copy. You can go look at the PWCC high-res images, and you can look at the back as well. That'll dictate where this card ends up. Scoring Kings is one of Jordan's most sought-after inserts, especially from his early playing years. And it's also attainable, being a Pop 97. Next, we got a Bird Magic PSA 8. I wanted to see, and again, I own this card as well, but I wanted to see where this card is and what it's doing as far as movement. This card's been steadily moving. This is only 6 months here. This card's down 23% in the last 6 months. I think the hobby has just concluded that anything over, Pop 500 is trash. But we're looking at the only, to my knowledge, in the basketball card market, the only rookie card featuring 2 top 10 players of all time. We talk about it every time we see this card. I know it's Pop 2870, and then, the PSA 9, you've got another 614, and the 10, I think we only have 22, right? Yep. So, again, the 9 is pretty expensive. I mean, that weeds out 99.9% of collectors. It's a $24,000, $25,000 card. So the card that you're looking at, if you're just a typical human being collector, is this PSA 8. This is a grail card for a lot of people, and it's Pop 2870, but remember, there's only about 640 graded higher by PSA. So this card's still dropping. I mean, it's not a terrible idea to invest in this card. I rarely give investment advice, but I just don't think, I think 2870 is just not enough to go around in the entire world of basketball collecting, especially if you're high on the card market in general. Let's look at the last 3 months to see if it's settled. Yeah, it's settled a little bit more. It's down 13% in the last 3 months. In the last 1 month, yeah, I mean, it's dropped, guys. So not a bad time to get in on this card. That is not very expensive. Next, we're going to look at this Jordan sticker, PSA 9. As you know, the 10 has gotten out of reach for most people for the Jordan sticker. This comes from the vaunted, iconic 1986 Flair set, which I'm a huge fan of, as I've discussed on my videos many times. This card is finally settled, it looks like, at around the 6,000 to 6,500 mark. It's dipped below 6 a few times. It's gone up to 7. So it looks like it's around 600 is the baseline on this card. This one's at 3,600 right now before the buyer's premium. Remember, all these numbers you're going to see are before the BP. People freak out about the buyer's premium of 20%. Just net it out of what you're going to bid. If you want to bid, 12,000 on a card, then kill your bid at 10,000. That is 12,000. It's really simple. If you think a card's worth 12, then bid 10, and you'll see people are factoring in the buyer's premium when they put their bids into the PWCC auctions. But anyway, this card, as you know, the PSA 10, like we talked about, is out of reach. I mean, the PSA 10 is a $75, $70, $80,000 card. It's Pop 121. It's a Sasquatch in the market, but the PSA 9 is here at 6,000. Would you rather this Jordan sticker PSA 9, or would you rather the Bird Magic rookie card PSA 8? That's the kind of decisions you're going to have to make, because those cards are about on the same level. If we keep scrolling down, you got a Chrome, a Chrome Refractor, Kevin Durant. Remember, they were numbered to $14.99. This is an interesting card to take a look at. I didn't look it up in Card Ladder, but obviously, as you know, PMGs of all sorts are on fire. Marvel PMGs, football PMGs, crazy run up on the red PMGs, thanks to me and a couple friends of mine chasing the set, unfortunately, at the same time. This card's got 2 things going against it. Number one, it's not an NBA jersey. It's his jersey when he was playing in those gyms over in Greece, where he had to borrow his brother's shoes to get on the court and play. He and Thanasis had to share shoes. Again, one of the greatest rags to riches stories in the history of pro basketball. But the other thing it's got going against it is that it's a retro. And retros, while they are becoming more and more popular, they're not nearly going to carry the same weight as the original 97 PMGs. For the big sports, but again, for Giannis, you can't get a 97 PMG because he was either not born or he was in mother's womb around that time, 24 years ago. A really cool white mosaic LaMelo rookie, which I'm sure will go for too much. A Jordan 97 Flair showcase. So these Jordan showcase cards have really started to go, right? Because they are serial numbered. And like I mentioned, a lot of people are chasing them. And so if you look at this card, it's in a PSA 8 condition. This is a BGS 9, but I think this is the closest grade I could get. Usually a PSA 8 and a BGS 9 are sort of commensurate as far as market value. So you can see this in PSA 8, it's a Pop 7. There's not a lot of them out there. They don't have a BGS 9 in card ladder, but they have the 9.5, which looks like it sold, about 8 months ago for 12 grand. It'd be interesting to see where this card goes. This card's going to run up this list and get, I think it's going to push probably 8, 9, 10 grand. It is numbered to 250. It's got one 8.5 surface, but that's a big card. These cards, all of the Flair showcase cards that are serial numbered in the legacy collections, those are really starting to run right now. There's been a big push from what I've noticed from big Jordan collectors towards serial number cards. Next is your staple 1988 third year Jordan PSA 10. This is obviously always a good indication of what's going on in the market. Card's only a Pop 564. Centering being the big issue on this card. It is a paper card as well. If you look at the last 6 months, this card has come up, but again, it always hinges on whatever the first data point is. So if you look at the screen and you took out the 3000 and you started with the 6500, it would be significantly down. So don't get too caught up with this over here. It's a helpful tool for card ladder, but you really want to kind of shorten that window. Like if you look at 2 years, it's up 540%. Well, that doesn't really help you coming up with, what the card's been doing in the last few months. So let's narrow this down to 3 months and look at it. The card's on the rise, fellas. It's on the rise in the last 3 months, which is a great indicator because our first data point is not from the 2021 first quarter bubble. It's from just a couple months ago. And if we look at 1 month, it's about steady. So it's about a 3.3%. A couple of them here have dipped under 4,000. This one is already at, what is that? I don't know, about $2,500. So a good card to keep your eye on. Dang it, I keep forgetting to favorite these so I can go back and check them out. Hang on, I'm going to go back up and catch up. Make sure I'm starring all the cards we want to look at after on Monday when we do our recap. A Jordan autograph ultimate signatures. Here's your Nike promo. Some people beat that drum and say that's the true rookie card. I don't know, whatever. It does have an NBA gold sticker on it, and it's an SGC 10. So that's one to keep an eye on for sure. Let's see what that NBA gold sticker is valued at. There's been a lot of controversy in the hobby. If you guys are on Instagram, I didn't really pay much attention, but somebody was trashing Mike Baker. I don't know anything about Mike Baker. I know that I have noticed that his stickers are carrying a premium recently, so that's something to keep an eye on. Here's another Jordan Flair showcase, but this is the Legacy collection, so this is only numbered to 100. So that card's going to race up this list and be in one of those top few rows if I had to guess. A couple of Kobe autographs. Again, I don't mean to diminish the importance of any of these cards. I could be scrolling past a $40,000 card, fellas. I just can't talk about every one or I'll be on here forever. And I want to do this for you guys every Thursday. And really, it's more about letting you guys see the cards than it is me tell you about the cards. This one I did have pulled up. It's a Kobe precious metal. Actually, you know what? I think we're going to talk about this a little bit later. We're going to talk about this a little bit later. There's a Kobe precious metal PSA 10 coming up. So this will be a good comparison to check out this quad gem Kobe with the PSA 10 96 metal Kobe rookie as well. I think this card is a little bit undervalued. I think it's being treated like the tops, and I don't think it should be. I think it's a little higher quality product, a little bit lower pop. So we'll keep an eye on that one and the PSA 10. This one is near and dear to my heart. I own 2 copies of this card. As you know, Shaq is one of my 4 main player collections that I have. I have 2 copies of this card. Let's see if we can find this bad boy. There it is. Here's what it's done over the last 3 months. Steady as it gets, right? So 0.34% growth rate, which basically means nothing. If we look at the last 1 month, You know, you're looking at a card in the $1,700 to $1,800 range. Maybe it dips a little bit over $1,800 in the last 2 weeks. You know, it's had a little bit of a run up just because we had a low comp here of $1,350. Congrats to whoever snagged that one. My guess is this card's only a 574, and there's only so many like relevant Shaq rookies that are you know under 1,000 pop. Believe it or not, like some of these other Shaq rookies, like the upper deck and then the tops, is just too damn many of them. It was just absolutely in the heart of the junk wax era. So the Topps Gold, the Beam Team members only. Those are the Shaq rookies that kind of stand out from 92. So we'll see what this card goes for. It's at $1,200 right now. So what is that? You know, for the 20% buyer premium, it's already at $1,450. I think I did that math right, or $1,440, something like that. And so if we looked at the last one, you know, the last one sold for $1,675, so we're almost there. That'll be a good one to keep an eye on. A Doncic, red, blue laser, just too many parallels out there. I feel bad for Doncic. There's just too many damn parallels between Optic Select and Prism. And for Zion and Ja, it just got even worse. Here's a nice little sticker, Mosaic autograph. That's a pop 9. Yeah, I don't see very many of these Mosaic autographs. Really cool looking card. I don't think people really loved Mosaic that year. And that was before Mosaic was its own standalone product. So it came out as Prism Mosaic. And so it was just kind of almost like a fast break, like an add-on type of Prism product. And then, of course, the next year, Mosaic was a standalone product. And I think people at first were leery of it, but I think people have actually come to like that card a lot, especially the parallels. We got an OC Bird. That really doesn't mean much to me. I guess the question would be, would you rather a Mint 9 OC or would you rather a PSA 8? I don't know. That'll be a good comparison to compare this one to the PSA 8. Let's look at that because I would like to see how this one sells with the OC designation compared to the PSA 8 below it that we already looked at. Here's your Jerry West, another PSA 5. Guys, vintage is just a great investment. I mean, you can't get any better than this card. There's the Laker Giraffe that we know and love so much. If you've watched my other videos, you know that you know, back in 1961, they were called the Los Angeles Giraffes. And it was only after George Mikan fussed at the owner that they changed the name to the Lakers. They were actually named the Giraffes. Most people don't know that. Steph Curry, 2009. We've seen a million of those cards. But PSA 9 tops. If you're a Steph Curry collector, you're probably looking for bigger and better. Here's a card we are going to star. I want to see this because this is obviously a big card in the ultra modern hobby. And if we look at the PSA 10 silver over the last 1 month, performance is finally dictating value. And people are saying, screw the pop. It's $12.65. I don't care. Ja Morant's pushing for MVP. It's Ja Morant, Giannis, and Embiid right now in some order. Jokic needs help. LeBron is just, he can't do it. His team just sucks too bad. My guy Anthony Simons put it on him last night and put him to bed. Anthony Simons, Nurkic, and a bunch of G League kids put it on LeBron and put him to bed last night on the West Coast while everybody was sleeping. But this silver is up 20%, and so this is a card that was at $1,400 about a month ago, and now it's at $1,700. That's a marketable run up. I mean, if you're one of those people that has 10 or 12 of these, like I used to have, that's a good margin right there. You just made $2,000, $3,000 if you wanted to flip these things. Maybe $1,500 after taxes and fees, depending on what platform you sell it on. Let's look at the last 2 weeks. Okay, so it's cooled off and it's flattened out. This is a 1650 card, guys. So anywhere from 1600 to 1700. Let's see what this one's at. This one's actually got pretty good centering. It's a little bit fatter on the left, as you can see. A lot of these got slab PSA 10 that didn't have perfect centering, and that's not the standard. 50-50 is not the standard. But this one's already at 1200, so I think maybe 1600 to 1700 range. That's just a guess. An encased auto with no subs. From my experience, people don't dig these cards. I'm sure it'll go for a big penny because it's numbered to 25. It's a really beautiful patch and an on-card auto, but people just don't dig these encased products. From what I can tell, comment below if I'm crazy. But the one out of 25, this seems to go for less than maybe an Impeccable or another product that's kind of on that same level. But let me know what you think about that encased product below. The next one, obviously, we got to keep an eye on is the Jordan credentials. We saw the Kobe credentials earlier. This is the Jordan credentials. And just a reminder, yeah, it is off-center. These cards are very common to be diamond cut, as you can see at the top. If you kind of look up here, you can see how it's kind of a diamond cut where the window line doesn't line up parallel with the top edge of the card. It almost looks like somebody took scissors and cut it diagonally. That's why it's called a diamond cut. This card is obviously not going to finish anywhere at 925. It is a Jordan card from a phenomenal set. It's numbered to 499. And then this is a condition sensitive set as well. The last one sold at the end of the bubble for 11,000. I don't know if it's going to meet that number in this weekly auction. Again, everything from the bubble went down, even rare Jordan cards. So let's see where it goes. A pretty cool Kobe card that I've really never seen. It's an autograph, but you can barely see it here in silver ink, but it's a pretty cool card from 2008 Hot Prospects. Another autograph Kobe patch card, another Kobe autograph. I think a lot of people are moving Kobe's in anticipation of that documentary coming up. And so when documentaries come up, people think it's going to replicate the Last Dance fever that Jordan created. I'm not so sure. It just depends on what channel the thing comes on. And again, Kobe's not Jordan. Sorry if I offend anybody by saying that. He's not Jordan. And plus, I think people are more leery of that run-up. I heard another run-up about the Magic Johnson documentary. And now there's a run-up from a Netflix show where, there's a Magic Johnson Jerry Buss show called Showtime or whatever. I don't know. I think hobbyists have become more educated, and I don't think they're as susceptible to big swings due to stuff like that as they were after the Last Dance. So a lot of Kobe buyers and a lot of Kobe sellers. And I mean, if you look at these first 96 cards, there's a lot of Kobe's in here. And obviously he played in an era which is amazing to collect because you've got the mid to late 90s explosion in inserts. And then you've also got, all the way up to, 2012 Prism, and you've got all the beautiful Topps Chrome stuff and Topps Finest stuff in between. So if you're a Kobe collector, I'm like, his era is about as good as it gets. His playing days era is about as good as it gets for collectors. But let's look at this Hot Shots Jordan. I've done an Explore the Card episode. If you missed it, go search my playlist for Explore the Card. I did an episode, very deep dive into this card. And this card is an interesting dive here. So let's look at the last 6 months. This card's up 33% in BGS 9.5 condition. That is unique for a 451 pop card. Let's see what the PSA 10 has done in that same time frame. PSA 10's down 16%, so I guess maybe people were looking at it and feeling like the BGS 9.5 was a little bit undervalued. Again, Pop 451's kind of high for a Jordan insert, but this card does check all the boxes as far as aesthetics. And it looks like, it's going to finish somewhere in the $1,400 to $1,800 range. What's it at right now? $800. So again, too early to tell. Two more Kobe's, an Atomic Refractor here, another patch autograph here where again, you can barely see the autograph. It may just be the picture. Another Kobe patch autograph. This is a Kobe Refractor 10. That's a really cool card. That's a big card. That's got to be pretty low pop, I would think. Let's take a look at this Lebron Chrome Refractor. I used to have this card. I sold it right around the bubble, so I did well on it. Probably a good idea to get back into the card if I could. Here we go. So this card is tanking. And I'm going to tell you, I rarely give investment advice. I'm not telling you to go buy it, but LeBron cards across the board are nosediving. And I just think it's just too much. The pendulum's swinging too far. The hobby is so fickle and so hyper-focused on the now and what his team is doing. Who gives a shit? Take a step back and look where this guy belongs historically. Add 3-4 more years of stats, and then we're going to go back and we're going to look, and we're going to kind of, from a statistical standpoint, he's going to be right there with Kareem and Wilt Chamberlain from a pure, career statistics total. Obviously, Jordan's out of that picture because Jordan missed those years with baseball and didn't get to start playing basketball when he was 18 years old. But LeBron is forever going to be in that who is the greatest conversation. Old guys like me will demand it's Jordan. Younger generations who never saw Jordan except on Come Fly With Me videos will demand that it's LeBron. That is never going away, and I think it can only fuel the cards for LeBron and Jordan. The only difference between LeBron and Jordan is, his cards are more populated, right? He doesn't have as many like iconic, go-to, known, impossible pack odd inserts out there. And so that's why you'll see the golds are going up and stuff like that. But this refractor's pop 152. That's not a lot. And the card looks like it's dropped 30%, but it looks like somebody figured it out because it got all the way down to 1,300, and then somebody grabbed the last one at 2,100. The PSA 10 of this card is, a bigger card. Obviously, it sold a couple weeks ago for 6,800, and it's a pop 54. That is a big card. Anyway, good card for any LeBron collector out there. A weird Kareem sticker from, it looks like Italy. A Robert Parrish rookie with the PWCC sticker. Cool card if you're a Parrish collector. That's a really clean looking 77 Topps card. Very condition sensitive set. 77 Topps, baseball, basketball, football, all those cards were that like soft bendable paper. It was just trashy quality. So tough to find that in a PSA 9, and that one gets a top 30% eye appeal sticker from PWCC. A LeBron 8.5 with actually has really good centering for an 8.5. Here's that really cool Kareem ruler sticker. This is like a really big slab. If you've never held one of these slabs in your hand, that's what she said. You'll really like this. You'll really like this card. I know this is a pretty popular Kareem card from '69. It's called Topps Rulers. Another Kobe auto. Huge Kobe flavor here, guys. Seems like there's a Kobe on almost every row. The LeBron first edition PSA 9. I'm not sure if I looked this card up or not. Did we pull this one up? Yeah, we did. Okay. So this card, I just wanted to show you this because just like the 04 Refractor, this card's on the dip, man. It's down 32% over the last 6 months. I think we may have found the floor here, or maybe we are establishing the floor. Let's see what's sold in the last 2 weeks. 2,600 the last 1 month. 3,100, 2,600. I mean, how much further can it drop? This is a pop 226, and I know we've looked at this. We looked at this one in the Premier auction. This is a pop, I think we did, or last week. It's a pop 114. So PSA 9 is 226. PSA 10 is pop 114. I mean, that's really cheap. And this is a card, just go throw a low bid on. The card keeps dropping. Maybe it'll get overlooked in this PWCC Weekly Auction. There are deals out there to be had. The next one's this Bird Exquisite collection number pieces. Number pieces is a big piece in the Exquisite. It's numbered to 33, his jersey number. It's a BGS 8, but honestly, when it's Exquisite, nobody gives a shit. Exquisite cards are just badass, and they look great in Beckett holders. Here's a 101 Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. It might not be a bad time to jump on Shai. His prices have plummeted. He's kind of off the radar, playing for a terrible G League team called the Oklahoma City Thunder. You may have played against them in your local YMCA. Here's Kobe Bryant Refractor with coating, PSA 9. A Giannis, a really cool Giannis, black box numbered to 1. I meant to ask this, and I'm not an expert on this. I've got a white box Giannis 1 of 1, which I think I got it back. I think I bought it, but I'm trying to figure out if somebody comment below about these white box 1 of 1s. Is this a deal where like you get a redemption and you send it into Panini, but they don't have the card that they were supposed to redeem, and they send you some kind of white box card or something like that? Somebody explain the whole white box deal and the black box deal, if you don't mind. I know they're not treated like true 1 of 1s, because I don't think they were pack pulled, but I'm not an expert. And like I've always told you guys, if I don't know something, I want someone to explain it to me. I want someone to tell it to me. That's the only way you can learn and grow in the hobby. I'm not going to sit up here and tell you I know everything when, I know a little bit about a very little bit of the basketball card collecting hobby. Here's a very miscut Wilt. That's a super miscut Wilt. Wonder what that thing will sell for. I don't like collecting any cards with OC designations. I don't own one, not one. So you'll never see any card with any type of qualifier, whether it's miscut, OC, PD, none of that. I would just kind of steer leery of that. If you're new to collecting, you don't know what those are. It's tough to value those cards, so I would just steer clear of that if I were you guys. A LeBron, here it is, a retro jambalaya. This is the 04 BGS 8.5. I'm sure that card's going to race up the charts. It's only at 650 now, but that's temporary. The Jordan Golden Touch BGS 9. I'm not sure if I plugged that in. Yeah, I did. Okay. So this is a pop 88, right? In BGS 9.5, it's a pop 73. PSA 10, it's a pop 12. So this is a very tough pack odds Jordan. Even in BGS 9 condition, this is a valuable card. It seems like this card should be worth more. In the last year, it's only sold 4 times. It's down 20%. I mean, if you could pick this card up for $1,500 or a little bit less than $1,500, I've got the card. I think I've got it in a PSA 9. This is a pretty good card here, guys. I wanted to see the difference between the PSA 9 and the BGS 9. So the BGS 9 is pop 88. and it's about 1,500. The PSA 9 is pop 61, and it's about 1,500. Okay. And that just comes from, people who collect Jordans from the 90s. They don't really mind that much. They don't really mind that much between PSA and BGS 9. They don't make too huge of a distinction. Obviously, the 10 carries a premium. So here's an interesting one, right? We've got a Kobe Flair Showcase Take It to .net 10 and a Kobe Flair Showcase Take It to .net 10. I don't like this. I've talked to my guys at PWCC. It's different serial numbers. I wanted to check to make sure it wasn't the same copy accidentally replicated. They've told me there's an algorithm where if two of the same card are put into an auction, or too many of the same card or same player, the algorithm spits it out and gives them a warning, and they'll push one of the cards back to the next weekly auction. It doesn't seem to have worked in this case, so I don't know if someone needs to draw PWCC's attention to this. It is quite possible that PWCC reached out to the seller and said, hey, we wanted to let you know we're going to push you back to the next weekly auction. And maybe the seller said, no, I want it in, and then PWCC agreed to it. I don't know how that works. That's just food for thought. If I was the owner of one of these cards, I would not want it in the same weekly auction as the other. That's just me. Because now you need an extra bidder to run the price up. Does that make sense? So it seems like both sellers would benefit from either or one of them moving over to the next PWCC auction. A Kobe 04 Jambalaya. So if you wanted to pick up the Kobe and the Lebron and pair them together, you've got a chance to in this weekly auction. A really cool Court King. Court King's autographs are beautiful, guys. They're like a canvas texture. They're all on card. They're just really good looking cards. 2018 Court Kings, 2019 Court Kings. Both of them are beautiful cards. A Kobe Upper Deck SE Die Cut All-Stars PSA 10. Really rare card. Like I said, huge Kobe flavor right now. People are looking to sell. People are looking to buy. I'm not sure what's going on. I'm not a Kobe collector, but just something to be aware of. This Kareem 4.5. Did I pull this up? I think I did. Where are we? Let me go find our Kareem. There's our Kobe. That Kobe card's only about a $4,300 card, guys. That's definitely a card worth looking at. It is numbered to 1,000 and it's pop 37. That just seems too low to me, man. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. The Kareem, I pulled up the PSA 4. We're looking over here at a PSA 4.5, but it's a really good looking eye appeal for a 4.5. I mean, I'm not an expert on vintage cards per se. Maybe there's a little bit of problem down here at the bottom in the left corner. That's probably what's doing it. But from an eye appeal standpoint, which really I'm focusing on centering, that's a good looking Kareem. The last PSA 4 sold for about $1,500. This card's steadily between $1,400 and $1,600. The PSA 5 card ladder has, that's about 1,000 more, so about 2,200, 2,000 to 2,300. So the 4.5 should settle in somewhere in the 1,800 to 1,900. Although I will say that is a really good eye appeal for a card. A LeBron Rookies and Stars PSA 10. If you're ever looking to get into LeBron rookie cards, I don't think there'll ever be another better window than right now. I just gotta believe we are really close to the floor on these flagship Bowman Topps Chrome, Topps First Edition rookie cards. They've dropped so much, y'all. I just think we've got to be getting close to the bounce where it's going to bounce and then start to run a little bit. Hopefully a little more conservatively and steady, but I think it's coming. Here is a really cool complete set of 10. If you've never held these cards in your hand, and specifically, you've got the Jordan in here, which I actually recently sold in a PWCC monthly auction, and mine was also a BGS 9. This is a really cool card. It shows all of the dunkers in the dunk contest. It's the 1985 Slam Dunk Contest, and these are 5x7s. These suckers are huge. This is really cool. They're all BGS graded, anywhere from an 8. There's only one 8 to a couple of 9s. It looks like 4 9s and a bunch of 8.5s. These don't grade easily. This is a really cool set. If you're a set collector and you can snatch an entire set, this would be a really cool one to get. There's Neek holding the trophy. Anyway, let's scroll down. A Jordan sticker, 7.5 SGC, an on-card autograph of Jordan's 91 hoops, like an in-person autograph deal. The Jordan Mystery Borderless PSA 9. Here's another Kobe. This one, however, is a precious metal. I did want to talk to y'all a little bit about this. Like very recently, I think people have come to notice that there's this precious metal out there. So there's the Kobe metal that we looked at earlier, but there's also this card, and it's called a precious metal. This is sort of a super rare parallel in 96 metal. It's sort of a precursor to the precious metal gems. They're not serial numbered like PMGs are, but it's from the year before, from Metal, not Metal Universe, and they're called precious metal. And I think that the coloration is just a little bit different. They're kind of hard to spot, and I think a lot of people just recently became aware of them, and they're digging through their old boxes from the 90s to see if they accidentally shoved some common precious metal cards in their old dollar boxes. Here's another Kobe BGS 9.5. That one looks a little green to me. We've talked about the greening on this 96 Chrome product enough. I can't possibly talk about it anymore. Trying to see what's next here. And the Jordan Atomic Refractor 9. I think the 10 sold. I think the 10 sold in the last PWCC Weekly Auction number 3. One of the ugliest Jordan cards ever. It's an important card. Like it's a Jordan insert that people know about. It's the molten metal. Anything metal Jordan is going to be well known. I just think it's ugly. You can barely even see him. The card's gray, dark, charcoal. He's just kind of discolored. I'm not impressed by the card. That being said, it's going to go for a big number. A Kobe Refractor, a Tim Duncan PSA 10 rookie card. Let's see where the Tim Duncan flagship rookie card has gone. This is crazy, y'all. So let's look. I want to look at a year. This card was pushing 40. Good Lord, let's look at 2 years. Where did this card peak? This is the Tim Duncan. It's popped 2,400, which I know today's hobby says it's way too much, but there's only so many, Topps Chrome PSA 10s out there. 2,400 is a lot to go around to an entire world of collectors. This card hit 4,800. Oh my gosh, it hit 4,800 almost a year ago, and now it's a $500 card. I don't know. If you ask me, that's just too big of a drop. If you could pick this card up for 500 or under, it doesn't look to be greening too bad at all. It looks like pretty good centering to me. It looks like pretty good centering to me. That's a card to look at. It's already at 500, so you're not going to steal the card. I wouldn't be surprised if it ends a little bit, over 600. Here's another one. PWCC doubling up again. A Kobe Tiger Stripe. A Lebron base PSA 9. I don't think we looked that one up because, we didn't. The Zion Hollow. I'm looking this up because, Zion has been the talk lately. Is he coming back? Is he going to sit the whole season out? The Pels just picked up McCollum. Valanciunas is having a great season. Valanciunas is a Travis Kelce lookalike. If you don't believe me, Google it. He's like a 7-foot Travis Kelce from the Chiefs. But Ingram is having an all-star season. As usual, he didn't get the nod, but he's playing his ass off. And the Pelicans are, believe it or not, Pelicans are in the 10th spot. So right now the Pelicans are in the play-in game. That's without having Zion for a single minute of the season and having chaos everywhere else. I wanted to look at the Zion Hollow, and I've got him pulled up here on Card Ladder. Here it is. Speaking of cards that have taken a nosedive, this card is down 67%. It got as high as $22.50. It's only a pop $4.93. These cards were difficult to grade. 2018, 2019 hollows are tough grades. I know from firsthand experience. I've tried. But this card just keeps going down. It's at $552. So, from the peak during the bubble, it is down, 500% almost. At some point, ultra modern Zion becomes a buy. I know there's too many of them out there, and I don't own a single Zion card. And I'm not telling you to go buy a Zion card, but at some point there is a price where it's a buy. Just like the Doncic base Prism, there comes a time where it's a buy. I don't know where the number is. I think we're trying to find the floor now. I think we're just kind of testing the parameters. But even a card that's a pop 20,000, there's a buy at some point. Anyway. We'll look at this 96. Like I said, there was I think a 9.5 BGS Kobe Metal rookie card earlier. This is the PSA 10, and so the PSA 10 is only a pop 576. Like I said, I think this card is different. I think this card is different than the Topps. It's somewhere between Topps and Topps Chrome as far as quality, in my opinion. And Ultra and Flair and stuff like that. But this card's a little bit under $1,000. It did peak over here at 2,500 only 6 months ago. So this card's down 61% just in 6 months. If we look at a year, I think it's going to be way worse. Yeah, down 84%. 576 is not that much for a quality Kobe rookie card. I could see if it was popped in the thousands and if it was Topps or Flair or whatever the hell else is out there, collector's choice. But this is a Flair metal. If you've held these cards in your hand and you look at them up close, they're a little bit different. Here's that precious metal I was telling you about. That's an $18,000 card. So there's your difference, and that tells you how low pop they are. There's 22 of those, and there are 576 of the base. So this card keeps moving down, guys. It's under $1,000. Again, I don't collect Kobe, but if I was a Kobe collector and I don't have that rookie card, this may be the time to grab it and put it in your collection, whether it's an investment or not, just good value. Anything that's gone down 500% is something you probably need to look at. Black Refractor Kobe. I'm a sucker for black refractors. It's slabbed authentic. I'm not sure why. Probably off center a little bit left to right, but I don't know. It's pop 1 of 1. There's 10 graded higher. I don't know. Pop 1 of 1 is kind of misleading. You just slabbed it authentic, so I don't even know what that really even means. But here's 2 cool Jordans. The Jordan 87 Flair sticker. We looked at the 87 Flair sticker PSA 10 earlier, I think in the recap from last week. But that's the last card we're going to look at on Card Ladder. But I want to check that out because I want to see where it goes and whether we've hit the floor on those things moving. The maximum metal is a not too rare 96 metal insert for Jordan. It is die cut. It's a really cool card. That's another niche in the Jordan world, is that some people collect only his die cut cards. So it's just really cool. There's so many different types of Jordan collectors out there. LeBron E-Tops, a Galactic Durant. I know Galactic's gaining a lot of traction. Here's an interesting card, and I don't know if this is Mike Baker's job, but Mike Baker decided to throw a gold sticker on this clearly Trae Young red ice card, which is mislabeled. So I don't know, man. I don't know if he has some obligation to not put a sticker on it, because that is not a red prism, and it's really kind of misleading because a red prism would be worth significantly more money. This is a red ice. Hopefully nobody bids on this thinking it's the red number to $299. It's clearly not, because it's got ice on it, cracked ice everywhere. But it's got an NBA gold sticker. So this is like total chaos. I want to just like put a star on it just to see what the hell. Like I wouldn't want to even bid on this card, because here's a problem. If you bid on it as though it's a red ice and you get a good price on it, it sucks to sell it because it's mislabeled. So I think it's going to go under value. But if you send it into PSA to crack it and put the right label on it, what happens to that NBA sticker? Do you have to take the sticker off? I don't know. Y'all let me know what you think in the comments. I wouldn't even touch the card, even if I was a Trae Young collector, just because I can't stand. I'm OCD. I'm not going to have a mislabeled card in my collection. I'm going to get it fixed. That's just me. I'm even going to get it fixed before I sell it, because I don't think you're going to get the true value. A Wes Unseld, nice trivia fact. I'm almost certain that Wes Unseld was the only NBA player to win MVP and Rookie of the Year in the same season. He was the MVP in his rookie season, and I think he's the only one in history to do that. This dude was like 6'6", 6'7", but he was built like a tank. He was like a Zion before Zion. He couldn't jump like Zion. But he was an absolute animal on the glass. Absolute monster rebounder. Go check him out. He's a good player and a Hall of Fame player. You got a cool Bill Walton rookie here, PSA 8. You got a Doncic Hollow, PSA 9. I don't even need to look. I know what that one's doing. Here's a product that I super, super love. Another Kobe. Lots of Kobe in here, guys. Gold Refractor 9.5. That one's going to be numbered to 99. And, man, that just pops with the jersey, with the purple and gold. Panini, Topps Pristine just did a really good job of that year, 2003 Topps Pristine product. Some really beautiful cards. And that's it, guys. That's the top 96 based on value. I wish I could go longer, but like these videos are already too long. It's 44 minutes. I know that's miserable for you guys, but I just like to take a look and give you guys an idea of what's out there. Let me know if you'd like me to do something different. Maybe look at fewer cards, or maybe look at sorting them in a different way. I don't know. I'm open to suggestions. Just let me know in the comments what you think. And let me know if these Thursday videos are helpful and you want me to continue to do these previews. And also let me know if Thursday is enough time. I mean, it gives you 4 days to check it out. Maybe I need to wait until, the day before. I don't really know. But anyway, hopefully this video was helpful. Thank you guys, for those of you who have subscribed. If you haven't, pause the video, hit the little subscribe button. It should be in the bottom right corner of my screen. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do so. I noticed a few friends of mine just subscribed, so thank you, my friends, for subscribing finally. But hit the like button if you like what what I'm producing, and stay tuned. I've got a lot of other planned videos. If you like following these PWCC auctions, I do a recap every Monday of the weekly, and then I also do a top 5 steals every Monday from the weekly. I do a preview of every monthly premiere, and then I do a recap of every monthly premiere, and then I do this preview that you're watching right now every Thursday, previewing the Sunday auction that's going to end in 4 days. But anyway, guys, go check it out, PWCCmarketplace.com. I encourage you to go bid. I don't think any of these cards we looked at were my cards. I do have some cards, I think, in this one and the next one, but I don't think any of these were my cards, unfortunately. But anyway, good luck bidding. Hopefully you guys jump in and comment below and let me know which cards you're looking at, or if I missed anything or got anything wrong, because I'm always looking to learn. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it. Peace.